Good morning, everybody. How was your weekend? Did you have a nice time? Yeah, I know we're all closed in, but one can have a nice time at home as well. You can play games, you can watch movies. The ones who have a garden can have picnics outside, right? And play outside. Don't worry, this will be over soon. Yeah? And we'll all be together at school again very, very soon. Okay? Information for this week. I already said it in the Zoom class on Thursday. This week has 4 days. Because Thursday, 21st, is a national holiday. Okay? There was an important event many, many, many years ago. Okay? And the Chileans celebrate all their Marines that day. So we're not going to have Zoom class on Thursday. Yeah? Listen properly to what I'm saying. No Zoom class this Thursday. Yes, Zoom class on Friday. We normally don't have Zoom classes on Friday, right? We don't have them on Fridays. We have videos on Fridays. But for this week, we will be having a Zoom class, okay, instead of videos. So, summing up, Thursday, no Zoom class, no videos, holiday, okay? Friday, yes, Zoom class. For this week, this is a special week, it's a short week, okay? Yeah? If you have any doubt, if you have any question, please contact me. Send me a mail. I'm with my computer, as you can see. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've got my computer open all day. Okay? Now, for today, 3 different things. English, math, and we're going to do art today. Our last video for today is going to be art. Okay? It's going to be quite fun. I love doing this activity that we're going to do today. Yeah? And I'm going to give you many options. So wait for that video, okay? Now, let's start with our English class. It's going to be a little bit different today. Okay? It's as important as everything else. I'm not just going to stand here and talk to you in English. Yeah? It's super important what we're going to do today as well. Okay? What are we going to do today in English? I'm going to read a story to you. I've got it right here in front of me. I'm going to read a story to you. As we go reading the story, maybe we'll be stopping, maybe we'll be looking for things, okay? And after that, we're going to look for different bits of information, yeah? Different important bits of information that help me understand the story. When they're short stories, just a paragraph or 2, it's super easy to understand what they're telling me, right? It's not that difficult when we've got 2 or 3 lines. But when we've got a book, yeah, that has quite a lot of writing in it on every page, yeah, some have more, some have less. But if we sum up all the pages, it's quite a lot of information in there. Okay? So we're going to learn how to organize that information so I can understand what they're telling me. Okay? Are we ready? Good. The story is called The Treasure Hunt. Yeah, look at the drawing. The drawings in this book are super cute. They're very, very nice. They're very well done, okay? It's called The Treasure Hunt. I'm going to stand like this so you can see the book. "Good morning," said Percy, the park keeper, as he stepped out of his hut. In his hands, Percy was holding some posters, which he had just made. What does it say? Asked one of Percy's rabbit friends. Oh, I'm sorry, said Percy, and he read out loud. I am organizing a treasure hunt. All those who would like to come, meet at the bandstand after breakfast tomorrow morning. Signed, Percy. Me. I want to come, said the badger. So do I, said the fox. What is it? Remember, Percy was a park keeper. The park keepers are the people who take care of big parks. So they're normally surrounded by animals, and they live there at the park as well. So they're normally surrounded by animals. It's a game, said Percy. One person goes off and leaves a trail of clues for the others to follow. The clues are messages, and one clue leads to the next one until you find the treasure at the end. I can read a bit, said the fox. He and the other animals stared at another of Percy's posters. Percy smiled as he noticed they were holding it upside down. I'll do drawings instead of messages, he said. Remember, animals can't read. So they didn't know how the message went, so they were holding it upside down, poor things. Next morning, when the animals met together, there was no sign of Percy. They thought that Percy must have forgotten, until one of the squirrels noticed something. Look, there's a piece of paper with a picture on it. It could be a clue. The squirrel was right. On the paper, Percy had drawn a picture of a seesaw. Do you know what seesaws are? Yeah, you do know, right? That must be where we have to go first, said the badger. They hurried over to the playground. Sure enough, another piece of paper had been pinned to the seesaw. I'll get it, said one of the mice, and he scampered up the seesaw. This time Percy had drawn a picture of a statue. I know where that is, said the rabbit. Follow me. And off they went again. By now, Percy had put nearly all his pieces of paper in places. He whistled as he walked along a favourite path at the edge of the park. Only two left, said Percy, as he tucked one of his clues into a crack in a signpost. He stopped for a moment and gazed over the fields which lay beyond the park. Just after the park, just past the park, there was like a farm, right? There were some fields. Percy reached into his pocket and was pleased to find some chocolate. It was chocolate money, wrapped in gold paper. Have you ever ate chocolate coins? Yeah? A good job I brought a snack, said Percy. I'm feeling quite piggish. Slowly he ate every piece of the chocolate. Then Percy realized what he had done. He had eaten the treasure. The animals were having great fun. Percy's trail of clues led them all over the park. The seesaw, the statue, the tool shed, the bridge. In every place they found a picture showing them where to go next. But now, as they searched for a clue around the signpost at the edge of the park, it didn't seem quite easy. "Bother," said the badger. "I can't see a clue anywhere." The fox kept looking at the letters on the signpost. He was sure they were trying to tell him something. "I wonder," he muttered to himself. Suddenly the fox announced, "This signpost is the next clue. We have to follow it." "But it leads us out of the park," said the hedgehog. It was too late. The fox had already set off. The others looked at each other. Then they followed one after the other. The fox led them across the field. In the middle, there stood a tall tree which had been struck by lightning. Further on, there was a cattle shed. Something was moving behind it. "It looks like Percy," said the fox. "That must be where he's putting the treasure." The animals rushed towards the cattle shelter. It wasn't Percy. But there was something there, and the something said, "Moo!" It was a young calf. "Moo!" said the calf loudly again. The animals squealed and ran in fright towards the tree in the middle of the field. The calf chased after them. She wanted to play. The animals scrambled up the tree as fast as they could. They didn't like this game at all. "What do we do now?" wailed the hedgehog. He was answered by someone who had been watching it all. "You won't find any clues up there," chuckled Percy. "Why don't you come down and meet Lucy?" Lucy the calf Lucy the calf was very friendly. When the animals had calmed down and been properly introduced, she gave them a ride across the field to the park fence. Everyone chatted happily as they bumped along. "We didn't find the treasure," said the fox, "but we found a friend." Percy coughed and whipped the corner of his mouth with his handkerchief. "And don't you think friends are better than a treasure?" he said. "Well," said the hedgehog, "I think they're about the same." Percy smiled. "I think you're right," he said. Percy doesn't know that he dropped 3 pieces of the treasure on his way around the park. Can you find them? Let's see if we can find them. Let's go back to the park and see if we can find where Percy dropped some of the coins. Okay, look. I know it's difficult for you to see. Right there, one of the coins. Right there, another one of the coins. You see, he dropped them on the way. So, first of all, what is the title of the story? Yes, The Treasure Hunt. Remember, titles of stories are not just anything. They always tell us something. They're giving us information about the story, right? Always has something. Okay, so this is the title of the story. Who are the characters in the story? Who are the characters in the story? Yeah, we've got Percy. And we've got the animals. Good job. We've got the animals. Yeah? What happened at the beginning of the story? You remember? The idea of having the book is that we can go back to the book. You remember this? What does Percy put up? Yes, he puts up a poster inviting the animals to participate in a game. Good job. So, Percy invites the animals to play a game. Good job. Good one. To play a game. What happens next in the middle of the story? What do the animals follow? They go here and find something. Then with that something, they go over there and find something else. Yes, they go finding clues that lead them to the next and next one. So, animals follow the clues. Yes, I find one clue, it takes me to the next clue, that next clue takes me to the third clue, and so on, right? Yes. And what happens at the end? They found something instead of the other thing. What did they find? Moo, yes, they found a calf, right? A baby cow. They were scared at first, right? They ran and climbed up a tree. But the baby cow was super friendly. She just wanted to play, didn't she? What do babies want to do? Doesn't matter what kind of species the babies are. It doesn't mind if they're humans, if they're cats, if they're lions. All babies want to play. Yeah? So, at the end, instead of finding the treasure, they found, good job, they found a friend, not a treasure. Even though they were quite happy, because they decided that finding a friend was as cool, as important as finding a treasure. Yeah? So they were super happy with the end of the game anyhow. Right? As as you see, if we go organizing the different information they give us, we can go understanding better the story, what we're reading, what they're telling us, right? For that, we need time for organizing. You remember on Friday that we organized a trip in geography? You need time to look for information, to organize your things, to see what you need to take, to see when you're going. This is exactly the same. Organize. I go part by part, seeing how and what they're telling me. Okay? Now, it's your time to work at home. There's a link there in the planning. Press that link and it will take you to a page and to a story. Yeah? This story has images, has writing at the bottom, and they are telling you the story. You will hear the voice, a voice reading the story for you, okay? If you need to watch it more than one time, fine, not a problem. You can watch it as many times as you need, because after that, you will have to answer some questions related to the story, yeah? Okay? If you have any question, I'm right here to answer them. So, let's go. Let's relax for some moments, and then we come back into math. Bye, guys.